What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where I'm trying out a backfire build. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Alright, so the backfire is kind of special. It does a ton of damage. It can actually give you up to 200% critical hit damage on top of your build damage, but what it does when you reload, it makes you bleed, which, to be honest, not gonna lie, sucks a little bit. But Dodd sent me a build a while ago. He said to me, "You've got a build here for you to try out." I'd not yet got around to trying it out, and somebody else slid into my DMs, Q2, you know who you are, and said, "Tickle, have you got a backfire build?" So I recommended him this, and I thought, you know what, I should probably try it myself. So big shout out to them too. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So I've got no modifiers on here. I've got no aim as well. And yeah, no global event because SHD Exposed has started as well. And we're kind of just going to see yeah, how we get on. As you can see, I am not bleeding. That's part of the build. We've got a ton of survivability, which is nice, and we can see the backfire stacks backing up nicely, we'll say. Language. I mean, let's see if it's reflects in the stat page. 328% critical hit damage there. We were all rogue agents. What a test. We were almost at the top of the stacks. Where are we, brothers? Oh, that one up there's hurting.
Hostile shock trap detected.
One down. Ow. Hang on, can't decide what you're doing here. Defender drone. Grenade. Be dead. Alright, so the build is rogue agent proof. Best not say hunter or anything wrong like that. I got absolutely slandered on YouTube last time. We're gonna do one more room because there's a decent amount of bad guys in this next room. See if we can get to max stats. That would be nice. You probably paused the video already and been like, "Oh, I seen the build, Tickle. I didn't need to watch your poor video." Ah, let's see, let's see. Boom. Push, push, push. Don't escape me. Oh, we didn't get to max. But we got to 312. So not as high as before, but with the reality of getting to up to about 368% critical hit damage. So yeah, not far off at all with a max of 60% crit chance, which is really, really nice. This is the build. It's a good old friend, Negotiator's Dilemma. And the reason this shines is because this has a load of critical hit damage on. So we're going with Gunner because we get 10% armor on kill. Really, really nice. Then the backfire itself, my expertise is high. Be aware of that. We don't need any more crit chance in the build because we get this here and some on the build on the set bonuses as well. Damage to target out of cover. Payment in kind is what does all of the damage, right? So dealing damage to enemies adds a stack up to 2% critical hit damage, up to 100 stacks. So 200 in total. But on reload, a 10-second bleed applies to ourselves, which deals 0.5% armor damage. This really sucks, so we have to negate this all together. And you'll see that we do in the build. Don't worry about these, these are from other builds. Nothing to worry about. We'll start off with the Seska chest piece. Now, this is different to the one Dodd sent me. Dodd was running Intimidate, but you can't craft Seska chest piece. You've got to farm one. This was the only one that I had available where I could go Hasbro crit damage as well, because you can't have any crit chance rolls anywhere because you're just over. We're at 63%, I think, critical hit chance. So you can't have any crit chance rolls anywhere because we get from here, from the Seska, we also get 20% Hasbro as well. And I'll show you the rest of where we get the crit chance and the other Hasbro in just a moment. But Obliterate or Intimidate will work fine here. Hasbro, crit chance, crit damage. And then with the backpack, there's the two-piece Hasbro, crit damage. I chose to go with Bloodsucker, but obviously that would work super well as well with Intimidate because we are always in bonus armor, which would give you the damage bonus constantly as well if you fancy farming for that. And then we're going to get the Negotiator's Dilemma. We get crit chance, we get more crit damage here, but we also get not just shared damage around the bad guys, where you can see the other bad guys will take up to 60% of the damage dealt. You can deal up to 3 of them at once with this without the backpack's extra damage usually, and the chest I believe is extra marks, but it's just not worth it. But you can see here, whenever a marked enemy dies, we gain 2% critical hit damage, stacking up to 20 times, giving us another 40% critical hit damage. Weapon damage has pro and bleed resistance. If you don't mind a little bit of a bleed, you can actually drop this bleed resistance mod and still be at 90% bleed resistance. And if you see here on the stats, you can see for bleed, we're actually at 100 because of that mod. So if you want to bleed just a tiny amount, because the cap's around 92 or 93%, you can actually drop that mod if you don't mind with that kind of gameplay style. Alternatively, you could equip the crossbow, but you'll lose the armor on kill, and then you could run some critical hit damage here instead as well, because the crossbow gives some Has Pro by default, the specialization. Moving on, the gloves are just weapon damage Has Pro, the knees are weapon damage Has Pro, and the holster is weapon damage Has Pro. Whatever pulse that you want here, I just like Banshee Pulse and a Revive Hive, but if you're running the seasonal modifiers, it's obviously just going to pay off to run the Defender Drone, because you will be invincible when using them if you're looking at this in this season, obviously, as well. But yeah, really nice build. Big shout out to Dodd and Q2 who wanted to try out Negotiator's Dilemma. Yeah, had a lot of fun with this. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.